Hello and welcome to How's That? We are into the final stages of the Indian Premier League 2020, and we got to see a very good game last night. Delhi Capitals finally finding a sequence that led it to a victory over Royal Challengers Bangalore, but both sides have qualified for the playoffs. Good morning, Vijay. It's nice to have you back here again.
Yeah, good morning, Raja Raman. Good game, good for Delhi Capitals. They deserve to be in the playoffs, and I think they pulled up their socks at the right time. So it should be good for them, and good. RCB also made it to the playoffs.
It was a bit disappointing, Vijay, to see the manner in which Royal Challengers Bangalore side has turned out. The last 4 games in a row they have lost. The intent and the intensity are both perhaps missing. Of course, no team turns up to wanting to lose a game, but Royal Challengers Bangalore will be deeply disappointed after a very good start that they got in power play. Managed to lose their way, give it thanks to some very good bowling by the Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, I think I'll give credit to Delhi Capital bowlers. They did a wonderful job. It's not easy to come back when the batsmen are hitting boundaries at will. So a splendid start they had, yes. And when you realize you have to bowl to a batting lineup which includes Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers and Padikkal getting runs at the top. So a good job accomplished by Delhi Capitals. And at the end of the day, Raja Raman, the team which played better cricket won.
Oh, no doubt about that. And I think it started very early with the toss that Delhi Capitals captain won, Shreyas Iyer, and then asked RCB to bat. Was important to bowl well. And we got to see Ashwin with the new ball, he bowled 4 very good overs, picked up the crucial wicket of Virat Kohli with the ball that he will remember for some time.
What a wonderful ball. I mean, for an off spinner to have trapped Virat Kohli with that kind of a delivery, very well concealed, slower one. And he was, in any case, Virat was not really happy playing him. He was not able to get a shot. And the one he tried went straight to Stoinis, who took a good catch, I thought.
On a wicket, Vijay, where the fast bowlers did pretty well, it was nice to see Ashwin and Akshar Patel later on bowl with control and with a lot of guile, and to ensure that they retain control over the RCB batsmen. Of course, Anrich Noke was named man of the match, but we also saw Kagiso Rabada among the wickets again. And to see how Nokia picked up 2 important wickets, that of Devdutt Padikkal, who had scored a half century with an express delivery, and then with a short pitch ball that saw the back of Chris Morris in the same over.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the variety which this wonderful South African brought, getting the ball to bounce, getting the ball to shoot through, not shoot through in not crawling, but beating the batsman on pace.
Talking about Ashwin and Akshar's contribution, Vijay, here is a very interesting question that has come to us from Jatin Malhotra of North Stand Gang, Mumbai.
What we have observed lately in IPL this time around is a lot of spinners are being used in initial overs, say within first 6 to 7 overs. So what are your thoughts on it? Why do you think teams are adapting to this strategy?
When they bowl in the initial overs, they also pose a problem to the batsmen, openers were normally used to playing fast bowlers. And I remember, Raja Raman, it is not the first time. It's been a trend for a long, long time. And would you like to add to it?
Of course, Vijay, go back to 1992, one of the greatest thinkers of the game. And here's my chance to say, pay my respects to Martin Crowe, somebody who introduced the art of getting spin bowlers into those first few overs, bowl with the new ball. He got Deepak Patel in the 1992 World Cup. And Deepak Patel's off spin did a very creditable job for New Zealand, took them through a long, long distance. And I think that plan has come to stay. A lot of captains have embraced the idea. And spinners, you're getting to see them bowl with the new ball. it is a very difficult craft, Vijay, to bowl with the new ball. Of course, you and I have grown up watching the likes of Erapali Prasanna and Bishan Singh Bedi bowl with the new ball, come into bowl in the third over or the fourth over in a test match. But to play today against batsmen who are marauding, who can hit the ball really hard, to tease them with a lack of pace and to tease them with flight and the swerve that sometimes that they manage is really incredible to watch. Spin bowlers have adapted really well to the challenge, and it is heartwarming to see them stay relevant to the modern game.
Spinners have always fascinated me, Raman. I mean, you talked about Prasanna and Bedi, sir. That was because Tiger Patodi was convinced that we didn't have good fast bowlers. But imagine Bhagwat Chandrasekhar bowling in the first first 6 overs, power play overs in a T20 game today. You would have had them in a tangle. But spinners have had their place in the game, and it's always good to see a variety because you're so used to fast bowlers coming in aggressively and bouncing and trying to york the batsman, but spinners have their own yarn to spin.
I think they face the greatest challenge. Obviously, they are not threatened with extinction, but in a limited over game, especially in the shortest format, they are challenged to come up with variations, to be more creative. And someone like Anil Kumble, I think, set a great example that way of having adapted, of having reinvented himself every year, and then played for so long for India in all formats of the game. Of course, T20 didn't exist when he played, but both in Test cricket with the red ball and in limited overs cricket with the white ball, he was a very, very important cog in the wheel for India.
Oh yes, coming to bowl at any situation, and he was a master again bowling with the new ball in one-day cricket during the first 15 overs. He was always summoned by the captain because the fast bowlers would have gone for, they would have conceded a lot of runs in the initial stage. So the bowlers like Kumble, even Harbhajan has done it wonderfully well. So I think we have watched some of the best spinners in the game, and these spinners today, they are fighting for survival. Hats off to them. They have to face such challenges of heavy bats, small grounds. So hats off to these spinners.
Vijay, when we look at the RCB batting, there are three batsmen who stand out there. Devdutt Padikkal has been in sublime form this season, scoring plenty of half centuries and leading the run scoring for RCB. Then Virat Kohli, given the name itself, somebody who's played amazing cricket for the last decade and a half nearly, has been terrific for RCB over the years. And then AB de Villiers, the three key batsmen. Padikkal will have lessons to learn. He will have to play the full 20 overs, having got such good start. Then Virat Kohli perhaps need to find his rhythm. And AB de Villiers, of course, wonderful batsman that he is, taking on too much burden and trying to score those 2 runs and getting run out last night to an amazing throw from long on by Ajinkya Rahane.
Yes, Kohli is due for a big innings. That is going to be the biggest threat to whichever team the bowlers he is going to play against in the playoffs. Particularly, like you said, in sublime form, he's so confident in the middle, and it's so graceful to watch a left-hander. De Villiers, again, he can bat at any position. He remains the key to RCB. But talking of Rahane Rajaraman, we should talk about him because he has made such a strong comeback. He's made a good statement that he is a player who also belongs to T20. They've been very unfair to him in Test cricket and one-day cricket, but I loved the way he contributed last night to Delhi Capital's victory.
When a batsman doesn't score runs at the top of the order, Vijay, there will be some kind of doubt that creep into his mind. And I won't be surprised if Ajinkya Rahane had doubts about whether he would score those big runs in IPL this year. But that direct throw to the wicketkeeper from long on, and it was an amazing rifle throw that caught AB de Villiers short of his ground, would have given him a lot of confidence as he went into bat. And we got to see that when he partnered Shikhar Dhawan in that very important stand for the second wicket. You got to see the confidence that Ajinkya Rahane took to the crease. Vijay, this might be an apt time for us to bring in Shreyas Iyer at the press conference and watch what he has to say.
He carries a lot of experience in the IPL, and the way he paced his innings, it was really amazing to see the the loose balls he punished, and other than that, he was taking singles and twos. It's a great example, and I think he peaked at the right time when we needed him right now. A few important matches coming up, and definitely he'll play an important role in the future matches.
What a treat to watch, no doubt. A left-hander and a right-hander in action. And as far as Rahane is concerned, Raja Raman, remember that he is not given a good batting slot which he wants. I mean, here again he was put at number 3. He accepted the challenge, came up with his wonderful innings, but Rahane is a perfect team man. I mean, imagine last year he was leading a team. This year he's sitting out and watching most of the games. And his inputs, I know for sure, for Delhi Capitals are very, very valuable. And he is one batsman, a classy batsman, who is going to make a big impact in the next match, going by his form. Raja Raman, don't you think it was disappointing that Shreyas Iyer, instead of finishing the game, he played the shot and returned to the hut?
The one person who would not complain about it is Shahbaz Ahmed. A big wicket for him to get. But Shreyas Iyer will be quite disappointed himself, perhaps the most, because he should have finished the game. Here was a chance for him to score a few runs and take the side to victory as leaders should do. And I'm sure that he would have got a nice little briefing from Ricky Ponting at the end of the game. Vijay, this might be an apt time for us to bring in Shreyas Iyer at the press conference and watch what he has to say.
It has got smiles on our faces after the consecutive 4 losses. And to be honest, today the way we played, it was a comprehensive win. I think all the department were really covered up well by the players, and I'm really chuffed by their performance, the way they came up and delivered at the right time. And second place, obviously, it makes you feel good after the season that you had, ups and downs. But yeah, IPL is always a roller coaster journey. So, we had a plan sorted out. We knew how we were going to pace our innings and build partnerships, which was really important. And I felt that the communication was really important. And I think we nailed it today with that. And yeah, we discussed all these small points in the team meeting, and I think we executed pretty much well.
One spinner who made an impact for Royal Challengers Bangalore when Delhi Capitals was chasing was Shahbaz Ahmed, left-arm spinner from Mewat in Haryana, who plays for Bengal. Did make an impact, picking up the first wicket of Shikhar Dhawan and then adding the scalp of Shreyas Iyer as well. Does look like he's impressive, and RCB will be pleased that they were able to include him for this game. Let us watch what Shahbaz has to say about his own bowling and about RCB's performance so far.
T20 में जो प्रिपरेशन था वो अभी दुबई में आने के बाद जो हमारा जो कैंप हुआ है यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस कैंप जो स्टार्ट हुआ है उससे काफ़ी हेल्प मिला है और IPL में पहला विकेट शिखर पाजी का तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत स्पेशल था और काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा आगे के मैचों के लिए। आज का जो मैच था वो बहुत ही क्रूशल मैच था क्योंकि ये जो भी टीम जीतने वाला था आज वो टॉप 2 पे सेकंड क्वालिफाई करना था। तो इस मैच से पहले काफ़ी बात हुई थी कि ये मैच में इंटेंसिटी और परफॉर्मेंस के लिए तो अच्छा हुआ हम क्वालिफाई हो गए। विकेट बहुत अच्छा था और सेकेंड इनिंग में और बेटर विकेट हो गया था। फर्स्ट इनिंग में थोड़ा विकेट स्लो था बट सेकेंड इनिंग में ड्यू के वजह से थोड़ा विकेट बेटर हो गया था। हम थोड़ा 15 रन शॉर्ट थे फर्स्ट इनिंग में, हमारा डिस्कस हुआ था इनिंग से पहले। जी बिल्कुल। लास्ट कुछ गेम हमारे फेवर में नहीं गए बट हमारी टीम का माहौल बहुत अच्छा है। पास्ट में जो बेटर परफॉर्मेंसेस हुई हैं उनके बारे में बात होता है और उन्हीं को पॉजिटिव चीज़ों को सामने रख के हम ग्राउंड में आते हैं। वो पॉजिटिव सोच से ही हम ग्राउंड पे आते हैं तो हमारा टीम का माहौल ऑब्वियसली बहुत अच्छा है अभी।
The RCB bowlers, of course, they missed someone like Navdeep Saini, and then Chris Morris could bowl just 2 overs before he went off the field. But RCB would be pleased that Delhi Capitals did not win the game in 17.5 overs. For if they had done that, RCB would have been in a very precarious position. Would have had to wait for tonight's match between Mumbai Indians and Sunrisers Hyderabad before they knew their fate. But they will be a relieved team. Virat Kohli and his boys will be quite relieved now, Vijay.
Yes, Raja Raman, like Padikkal, it has invested in this veteran called De Villiers, and you have this evergreen Virat Kohli. So to miss these cricketers in a playoff, even say for example Navdeep Saini, and he's done so exceptionally well in this tournament. So it would have been travesty if this team had not played the playoffs.
Does look the weakest of the four sides, irrespective of which teams qualifies fourth. Both KKR and Sunrisers Hyderabad at this point of time look a little stronger than Royal Challengers Bangalore and will fancy their chances of winning that game. But before that, Sunrisers will have to qualify. They have a big game against the Mumbai Indians tonight, and it should be a good one to watch, Vijay.
Sunrisers Hyderabad, I want them to win. But it'll be good to see this team because they also have some very exciting players. David Warner had showed his way. Rashid Khan, what a wonderful bowler. I mean, what an attacking bowler, what a positive bowler. So I would love to see Sunrisers Hyderabad in the playoffs.
I think they finally found their balance as well, having to leave out someone like a Johnny Bairstow and play Jason Holder. I think they found the balance. They have got the bowlers now. And they can be quite a handful, but Mumbai Indians looks the form team at this point of time. And unless they make wholesale changes to the playing 11, they should be winning this game as well.
Mumbai Indians is in the right course. I can imagine they have the best kind of combination. They have a rich history also in this tournament. So Sunrisers will have a tough task, no doubt. But if they play to their potential, they can very well stop Mumbai Indians, which is not going to be. Again, I hope Rohit Sharma will not take the field. It will be like we read Ravi Shastri saying he doesn't want Rohit Sharma to be playing these matches in the IPL this year. So Sunrisers Hyderabad, good challenge they will face, but I'm sure they will rise to the occasion.
Mumbai Indians, Vijay, they've got a full deck of players. I think every player is a match winner there. They have one game for them sometime or the other. Here is Jatin Malhotra's second question for the day about Mumbai Indians and the key player there.
And with our upcoming semi-final match of Mumbai Indians at Dubai, who do you think would be a player to look out for Mumbai Indians? And what do you think would be a good score?
Jatin, it is always a challenge. This is a team game, and I think if we as fans, as students of the game, as critics, remember that cricket is a team game and that teams have to win matches rather than players. But yes, you're looking for a most valuable player. You can close your eyes and pick any card, and that player would be your most valuable player. They have got an amazing bunch of cricketers, and it is nice to see a team come together and play to its potential. Even without Rohit Sharma, and as Vijay keeps pointing out, they haven't missed Rohit Sharma in the past few matches that he's not played. The side has looked formidable. And to pick one player out of that is going to be difficult. But if you insist, for me, that player could well be Rahul Chahar in the playoff. The pitches are slowing down, and he's a wily bowler, and he can be a handful for the opposition.
I know, Rajaraman, you're a huge supporter of spinners, but I'm going to pick Hardik Pandya because if the pitch is slow, if the ball is stopping, he's probably one batsman who can adapt and smash any spinner or fast bowler. So he's going to be key. And also I think, Rajaraman, we should give some credit to Ishan Kishan, the pocket dynamo.
Vijay, on that note, I'm going to take leave of you, and I hope you get a very interesting game with Sunrisers beating Mumbai Indians tonight.
Yes, Rajaraman, thank you very much. Stay safe. There is chill in the air, and stay blessed. Thank you very much.